Hello, hello, this is Koi from Ray of Gratitude, giving a peace of mind to at least that one person at a time. Is that person you? Thank you for coming through. Thank you for showing up. I'm throwing cards, getting a little bit too excited here. But for those that don't know, that are new to stopping by and just wanted to come in on this message, like, oh, what is this? This is the Gratitude Attitude Message, Monday Motivations from my personal deck that I made, full of quotes that I love and collected, and my artwork on the back, okay? So every Monday I like to pick from a card, just tap into my intuition, just really get centered and give y'all a message for motivation because, hey, this is the Monday vibe I like to bring forward. I've never been a fan of Mondays, so in turn, I like to switch it around. And this is all what Monday motivation is about. So without further ado, let's get into this message. I'm just going to shuffle my cards to randomly pick a message, tap in, and let's see what brings us today. All right, let me see. Ooh, okay. The first step to change is becoming aware of your bullshit. Beware of your bullshit. So if you're a follower and y'all already know, I like to say be aware. This is one thing that I love to do. This is pretty much what I sparked a ray of gratitude from too, is because being aware. Like when I become aware of things, whether I know how to apply it in my life or not, I definitely have the attitude of gratitude because a lot of us, anybody that's watching this, many times you must know at least one person that's just not aware of their stuff. And they're constantly causing confusion within their own life and others' life. And when you're not aware of your bullshit, it affects other people. Hands down. And if you don't think it does, become more aware. Because we're all connected, y'all. We really are. We really are. If you want to show up like late all the time, if you don't pick up the phone, for instance, if you're not being responsible for certain things that you need to do for yourself, it does affect. It is like a ripple. Like if you throw a stone in a pond, it ripples, and it really does. It happens. Within your family, within the friends, within your circle, whoever is in your circle, it affects you one shape, way, or form. And the first step to change too, not on a negative note, but let's look at it as a positive note. Like when you're trying to change something, you got to be aware of what you're trying to change. What direction are you trying to go? You don't just jump in the car and be like, oh, hey, I want to go somewhere. Unless you just want to joyride and waste gas. Not with gas prices at $3, $4, or $5 a gallon. I don't think so. Koi won't be doing that, right? So, like, does it make sense, though, right? Are you aware? Because who wants to smell the bullshit? Not me. I think I need to pull another card, y'all. Because I kind of feel like I'm rambling. I just want to pull one more card to see what's up. Okay. And it says you had a purpose before anybody had an opinion. So when I pair these two together, it's kind of like when you can become more aware of the things that you need to change in order to grow, in order to better yourself. Then you can walk more in your own path or just really do things more with purpose, more with intent. Because that's how you direct your energy. Not by listening to what other people may think about you, opinions. Everybody has one. But are these opinions facts? Are these opinions helping you grow? Something just popped in my head one time. So if you don't know, I'm an artist. And I went to art school, and I think anybody that went to art school must know, like, I think they all do this. We get criticism, right? We put our artwork up and in front of the class as well as the teacher, and they criticize our work. Now, when I heard of constructive criticism, that was the first place I heard it because I've had different types of professors and whatever. Some of them would just be saying stuff, and especially the students. They'd be like, "Oh, I don't really like that. Why? Oh, because I don't like blue." Like, okay, that's your opinion, but that doesn't have anything to do with me. But if you want to tell me, like, hey, if you change this shade of blue, or if you maybe add a complementary color to it, this may look better. That's more constructive, right? And that can help you move forward, possibly, if you're aware of that, or if you're aware of how you feel towards that, like, thanks, but no thanks. Or like, you know what, yeah, I'm going to try that. Because everything is a process, just like art, just like creating something. And you got to know what feels right for you. Just because they give you opinion does not mean that it's factual or brings purpose to what you're trying to do. And honestly, how I used to react to some of that stuff, I used to be so mad when some of those people used to say stuff because I knew it was a bunch of bullshit. But sometimes, sometimes I would be possibly too prideful, or sometimes I would just be in my feelings and miss the actual lesson, or the actual advice that they were trying to give. Like, oh man, they don't get what I'm trying to do, and I'm so focused on how I feel. Then it's like, all right, I can't help you now. Or I just, whatever the advice was flew over my head. And that's what I'm talking about too. Constructive criticism, opinions. Like, opinions aren't advice. They're not always advice at all. 9 times out of 10, opinions are just some stuff somebody's just saying just because that's how they feel, but not really taking in consideration of how the other person is feeling. But when you do take into consideration what the other person is feeling, yes, it still can be an opinion, but when you add more purpose to your words and more intent with your words, then it would be more advice, more guidance, more direction to what you're trying to say, and trying to guide that person to see in a greater perspective. Y'all feel me? So that's kind of how I'm going to leave it right here. Sometimes I'll pull another one, but I feel like the message came through right here. Is really, what are you not aware of? How do you, and like sometimes that's not really a good question, because like, how can you know what you're not aware of if you're not aware, right? So this is how I become more aware sometimes, is by looking at things that are repeating. If things keep repeating, if people keep telling you the same thing, or if you keep seeing similar signs, that to me is like a red flag, like, oh, let me pay attention. And then look within. Do you self-reflect? Have you self-reflect? Take time out, at least 2 minutes, 5 minutes out of your day to just self-reflect. Ask yourself, how am I feeling? What's going on? What do I need to do for the week? What do I need to do for the day? Don't go jumping all ahead of what I need to do for the month or the year. Take your time. Everything is a process. And with those big goals, it's really great to take smaller steps day by day to reach that big goal, instead of trying to attack the big goal within like one day, within a week, when in reality, it's going to take you at least 6 months to a year. Nobody wakes up and says, hey, I want to move, and winds up getting a house in 2 days. That's not reality, y'all. So becoming more self-aware is definitely being reality. So are you in reality? And also, I want to ask y'all for the week, are you listening to other people's opinions and not really listening to your own inner voice? Because that right there can keep you stuck in the same place instead of moving forward to where you need to go, or to accomplishing some of those goals, instead of being distracted by other people's opinions as well. So stay grounded, y'all. Be in tune, and as well as listen to yourself. And those are the questions, those are the messages that I gotta say for this week. If you're feeling the vibe, please subscribe. Oh, I also, not only do I have these cards on my website, I also have a book called the Creative Soul Workbook. Actually, I have it right here. Ooh, if I can get it out. The Creative Soul Workbook, y'all. I'm not going to flip through that, because I want you to go to the link either above or below, wherever you're checking this out at, and really just tune in. It's the soul care. It's a part of self-care that you can help practice, ways to grow, ways to really look in and ask yourself questions to become more aware. And there's also like a lot of positive images that can really help you focus. Should I flip through? Nah, I'm not going to flip through it. Not this one, because I really want y'all to look at the link, because you can click the button and then you can actually see some of the previews, what's in this book. So check that out. And you know, you can always come through if you're really feeling the vibe. Also subscribe, but come through. There's plenty more videos where these came from every Monday. I love to just motivate and really help us be more self-aware and really check in with ourselves, because all it really takes is 5 minutes. Continue that. You can take as long as you want. But 5 minutes, you can definitely do that. So, I mean, you're spending 5 minutes with me right now, right? So without any, thank y'all for showing up. Let me just stop right there. See me next time. I'm out of y'all. Peace.